Ma'am, very good evening.
Shall we start, sir?
Yes, ma'am. So is it clear, my voice?
Yes, sir, it's audible. It's audible. Your voice is audible. Okay, sir, shall we start?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Good evening and warm welcome to one and all gathered here in this Google Meet and YouTube live stream platform. Respected Director in charge NIT Andhra Pradesh, Professor Pramod M. Padole, Registrar in charge Dr. Dinesh P. Shankar Reddy, Dean, Research and Consultancy, Institute Innovation Council, Patron and Convener, Professor G.R.K. Shastri, and our guest speaker of today's event, Mr. Mutyala, faculty members, students, audience. As many of us are now aware about NIT Andhra Pradesh, which is said to be the 31st young NIT in India, which was started in the year 2000. And the Institute Innovation Council was started in this institute in the year 2018. NIT Andhra Pradesh has been supporting innovation, incubation and startup activities by conducting several ideathons, hackathons, startup expos and field trips to make the students think about new innovations which can be extrapolated for technology transfer. In this direction, we proceed with the conduction of this session on lean startup and minimum viable product. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our speaker of today's session, Mr. Mutyala. He is an enthusiastic and dedicated faculty member for entrepreneurship education. He often interacts with entrepreneurs, students and government officials on startup ecosystem and MSME development. He emphasizes more on government initiatives that lead to achieve Atmanirbhar. Innovations leading to new industries may create new employment opportunities, and innovations in sectoral industries may create strong import substitute. He always looks into the new opportunities that benefits Indian MSMEs and startups. Currently, he is working as an associate faculty member, School of Enterprise Development, National Institute of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, an organization of Ministry of MSME, Government of India, Hyderabad. Here, his main focus is on the lean startup and minimum viable product, digital branding for MSMEs, FPOs, SPOC for MSME innovative scheme. Formerly, he was working as a program manager at Atal Incubation Center, WeHub, where he dealt with idea validation, counseling, mentoring and guiding startups and MSMEs to achieve their business goals. He started his career as an assistant professor in Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department at Swarnandara College of Engineering and Technology. He headed the Entrepreneurship Development Cell and encouraged students to opt for entrepreneurship as a career. He organized multiple programs on business plan preparation, design thinking and helped students in attending startup pitch desks organized in IIT Bhubaneswar and other colleges. Started interdisciplinary startup clubs at college level that gives understanding on work culture and communication at. He would like to contribute to startup and MSME ecosystem by building sustainable strategies through his research. Now, I would like the speaker to start this session. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's my pleasure to be here with you all. So, let me introduce myself. Myself, Sharath Mutyala. I'm working as an associate faculty member at National Institute for MSME, which is an organization under Ministry of MSME, Government of India. So, we deal with the branding and as well as the different marketing and finance related training programs for the benefit of MSMEs. And we also have the intellectual property facilitation center at our campus. And we also deal with the export promotion trainings and also we have training programs which are related to the entrepreneurs and MSMEs. We take that kind of training programs at our institute. So this is just a brief. So coming to our today's topic of lean startup as well as the minimum viable product. So let us so precise. I think some of you might have seen me in your campus when I came to your campus. So here let us understand. So if you are okay, you can switch on your cameras. That will be more interactive in mode. And whenever I ask some questions, you can put them in the chat like answers, so that we can make it so interactive. Instead of me speaking, you can also give your responses in the chat. Yeah, very good. So let us understand, if you would like to start any startup, what is that stopping us from starting a startup? What is it? Some of you might tell that, okay, I don't have sufficient funds, I don't have the great idea, so I don't have the kind of background, I don't have the support, so I don't know how to do the market research, I don't know about the compliances of business atmosphere because my family is not from the business. So we might be having some different of opinions, different questions in our mind when someone is asking, why don't you start a business or a startup, right? So here, if someone is starting a business or an enterprise, never people start any business to fail, right? Yes or no? Give your opinions in the chat, so that I want to make it somewhat interactive. So we never start something, any of us, we never start something to fail. But unfortunately, if something happens, something goes wrong, definitely.
Mostly doing this time, I think.
Yeah. So, we will not start anything to fail. But if you want to get successful, how to start? So there is an approach called lean startup methodology. How we can build something, how we can start something, so that we will be the chances of increasing the success rate is more. So let us understand the startup ecosystem prior we go to the lean for 5 minutes. So first of all, you need to understand the difference between a regular business and a startup. If you are starting something, it is not called a startup. It's an idea, it's a business. If you are starting a business which is already existing, it's a business. What you call as a startup is, the startup should have some innovative idea, and the idea should have a scope of scalability, and it should generate a more and good number of employment in future also. So it should have a scalable model. Then only we can call the idea as a startup. Many of the times, because we use the word, sir, I have started a startup. What is the startup you have started? So I have started a grocery store. It's a startup. Why you are calling it as a startup? It's a business. Then they will tell that, no, this is the first time I'm starting, so it's a startup. So no, you should remember that every new initiative or every new enterprise cannot be quoted as a startup. Please keep in mind, because this is a basic information, the knowledge every one of us should possess, right? It should have a scalable business model, it should have some innovation in it, and it should create employment. If you are not fulfilling, if your business idea or if your innovation is not fulfilling this, then it's not called a startup, it's called a regular business, where other people are doing the business, you are also doing the business. Okay. Yeah, I'll come to the questions later. At some point of time, we'll ask for the questions in the last 15 minutes. So now, in order to start something, in order to get successful something, how we can start, how we can actually take the things forward, where to start. Yes, I'm very enthusiastic to start something, and I have some good qualification also, and I want to start something related to my qualification. If I'm a mechanical engineer, I would like to do something for the department, so I want to put my learnings, my observations, my experience, I want to convert and monetize my knowledge by starting a startup or a business. But how should I do this? So for this kind of approach, this lean startup methodology will help. So now I'll share the screen. Let us understand how we can actually take these things forward. I'm starting. Just a moment.
మచ్చా చెప్పు మచ్చా, ఇప్పుడే వచ్చేసాను. హలో, ఇప్పుడే వచ్చాను.
Yeah, can you see the screen now?
వస్తున్నా. ఎక్కడ ఉన్నావు?
Can you all see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
ఓకే.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So here, if you understand the lean startup and minimum viable product, first of all, this is a common terminology we need to just keep in mind, because when we are discussing, when you have a thought of starting something, definitely when we both are discussing about some idea idea and all, we should be in the same lines, the kind of terminology. Like if I'm asking, so what is the distance between from your home to college? If you tell that, okay, it is like in between my college and home, there are some 2 streets away. So people cannot understand it. If you tell that, okay, it's not less than 500 meters, so I know what is the 500-meter distance. So that's how the terminology you should get familiar when you are starting something. So we'll understand some terminology also here. So we'll go through this. So let us understand the lean first. So what is a lean startup? Lean startup is a methodology where we build, where we measure what we build, and you should learn from it. And you should you have to draw some conclusions from the learnings, and you have to change where you are going to incorporate in the buildings. So this is how it's a cycle. It's a lean approach. The main thing, the main objective of the lean is to mitigate or minimize the failure of a startup. How it will happen? In the lean startup, you are only building, you are trying to build what the customers are looking for. That's it. I'm repeating, in lean startup methodology, we are asking you to build what exactly the customers are looking at. So you need to understand for whom you are actually building a product. You should be very clear. Raghavendra sir, I think you are not muted. So you should understand, if you want to start something, you should understand for whom you are building. So if you want to start some this EduTech, yes, EduTech is more welcome, and you want to start some online courses, you should know for whom you are building that online courses. Yes, I want to build an online course for IAS aspirants. Yes, well, fine, IAS aspirants are your customers. Then what kind of solutions your IAS aspirants are looking for in learning something through online? If you don't identify their requirement, you cannot build something which you can get an appreciation from the IAS aspirants. Yes or no? Hope you are understanding, right? If you are understanding, please keep yes in the chat. So then, first of all, the first step is that you are understanding that what my target customers are looking for. Yes, this is what my target customers are looking for. Then you start building the solution for it. Yes, this is how I can deliver something to my customers so that they can use it and I can earn from it. Then once you have built the product for your target customers, then you have to measure. Measures in the sense, everywhere we have these KPIs, these measurements, the parameters to measure, key parameter indicators. So that indicators should indicate the success rate, failure, what kind of growth rate you are talking about, the number of people adding every month. You should understand. So how you measure? You should define some metrics. For example, if you have launched your course today, like 24th August 2023, if you have launched your courses, you have to measure at which rate the company is growing, at which rate you are attracting your target group. Like every month, if you are adding 200 new clients or the 2000 new clients to your website from a particular just a state or district from where you are actually working at. So it's a good phase. Yes, every month you are adding 2000 new clients from the small district. Yes, it's a good number. Then if you can understand, if you can stretch to the state level, that 2000 might increase to the 10,000 or 15,000 per month. Until unless you measure, you cannot improve. You don't know which areas you can improve. So the metrics, defining metrics are very, very important. And here you need to understand, when you are building something, you need to acquire the customers also, right? To acquire the customers, you need to understand how much money you are spending to acquire each customer, which is called a customer acquisition cost. If you don't understand what is the customer acquisition cost, it's difficult because you have to spend some marketing budget, some incentives, some offers, some discounts at the beginning to attract the customers. So everything is an expenditure for the institution, for the organization, for the company. If that is the case, how you are actually measuring? Month on month, the customer acquisition cost should decrease because the kind of services you are giving, the word of mouth publicity should increase by spending less amount itself. You have to get more customers every month. So the customer acquisition cost should reduce when the years are passing. Then you can tell that, okay, I'm having good metrics. So I'm optimally utilizing my resources and my company is doing well. At some point of time, you no need to spend anything on marketing exclusive only for the sales and service you can spend money, that's enough. For marketing you don't need to spend, you have that kind of thing. So this is just one example in analyzing the measure here. So once you build something, so once you build your product here, then definitely on that product you have to measure how that particular product is actually performing. So you have to have all the metrics from the last 6 months. You have to take the data and you have to analyze it. So once you analyze, then you will learn from it. What is meant by learning? So how you will learn this? How you will learn? So you will analyze the data, because you are all the in the technical institutions. You might be knowing in the laboratory when you go, you take the experiment, you do the experiments, and you take the multiple readings, right? At 0, what is the output? At 1, what is the output? At 2, what is the output? At 3, what is the output? You give a chart, x-axis, y-axis. So the inputs are on the x-axis and the outputs on the y-axis. Then you give a graph and you interpret. So at this is the break-even point. You give everything your opinions and your conclusions there on it. So until and unless you measure, how you will learn? Yes, this is the point where we are going to get a break-even. You should learn. Clear? Then what's next? From the learnings, you have to get some clarification in changing your ideas in building the product. This comes a very interesting point here. So I'm repeating the lean startup methodology here. First of all, you need to understand for whom you are actually building the product. First one, what they are required, what is their requirement for your target group. You should be very clear. For them, you need to understand. You have to build something for them, and after building them, you should give them, and you should measure how it is performing different metrics. With the metrics, you should learn. You should analyze the data what you have got in analyzing the metrics, and you should learn from it. And from learning, you will get some observation. So that this is the place where I am weak. This is the place where I am so strong. So I need to improve where I am weak. So to make that weak to the stronger, what kind of interventions, what kind of budget, what kind of expertise I need to put in, so that I can improve that particular level. So that again you can start building your product. Again you can measure the performance, and again you can analyze and learn from it, and you can add your observations into the new product. So that's how we'll get the multiple versions in the product, or any physical product or IT product. You see the advancements every now and then. So in the mobile phones also you see the version 1, iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro, iPhone 13. So what is this? So they build something, they measure the metrics, they analyze something, and they learn from it. They add the excess requirements, excess features, what the customers are looking at. They understood, yes, people are looking for this. Let us build something for them. So if you have built, just understand, after keeping a lot of effort, if you have built something which there is of no use and people are not accepting it, is there any point in building that product? Please respond to that. By putting a lot of effort with your startup idea, you have got a great idea, and you have started working on it with the resources of your institute and the faculty and your parents and all. You have started building something, and you have entered the market. After entering the market, you realize that there is no one is actually accepting your product. Your product is not fitting in the current market. Is there any use of it? Is there any benefit of working that hard to build use? Definitely no. Yes, great. Thanks, Sanjay, for response. Great. Tilak. Good. So if that is the case, then you should understand, yes, for whom I am building, what they require, and what kind of solution I can build. You come up with a solution, you build it, you measure the metrics, you learn from it, again you add the features to it. That's how this lean startup methodology will work, so that you will keep updated as per the requirement. In a position to gain more and more. Okay, good. So I hope you have got this point. So now we will understand the main objectives of the lean startup. So what are the objectives that we are actually doing? There are, so in simple way I am trying to make you understand this. The objectives are like why we are going for the lean startup. What is my objective in taking this? So first of all, we need to build something that customer wants. If customer is asking for this, yes, how can I provide? It's customer emphasis. It's not one people, it's a group of people, it's a group of segment. If I'm telling that, okay, if I'm building something for the tourists, if I'm building something, yes, a product for the tourists, because we travel to the different places of the country. The people who travel often to the north and south, and the people who are coming from the north to south to learn to join NIT, they will understand. So, if you would like to get your home food in other part of the country, is it that easy to get your home food at this other place in any part of the country? No, right? Very good. So it is not that easy to get your home food when you are traveling somewhere. As a students like you, if you are coming from place A to place B, the culture, the food habits, and everything is same, like different. So to that extent, if you want to do something, you might start something like, okay, people or the students who have joined this NIT AP coming from North India, so they want to have their North food nearby, so that they can always enjoy the local food, so they can feel this new place is also homely. So how can I do this? So you are very clear for whom you are building the product. The people who came from the north and the NIT AP and taking their courses, and the duration will be not less than 3 to 4 years if one student has come. Then you can understand how many students are there, what kind of menu they want, what is the expenditure, these things. So how you can associate with the NIT AP, so that you can deliver your products and services to the people, to these who are non-local. You can build something for them and you can understand. So if they want, yes, you can always supply. So the people coming from North Indians are my customers. They want North Indian food to feel the South Indian also as their home. So this is how we can understand. So the lean startup methodology starts with that. If customer wants, you have to feed them. And second one is the main objective is to mitigate the chances of failure. As I have already told, no one of us will really start something to fail. Yeah, Sabir, you can put your doubt in the chat. So objective 3, increase customer engagement. So if you have a good product for the customer base, definitely they will enjoy. The people will spread their word in their community. Like, okay, I am using this, why don't you also use this? So if you are celebrating a festival, if one of your friends found something good that has to be bought and utilized for this some festival, so that he can promote, right? He will start promoting that product. Yes, I have bought this, I am really enjoying this product, why don't you buy, why don't you buy? He will start explaining to other people also. So once you have identified the right customers and you have built a right product for them and adding on the features to it and making the product build so strong, you can increase your customer base like anything, and that is what we require, the customer engagement. Clear? So till now everything is clear. Please respond. If you have any doubts also put in the chat. Is it clear for everyone till now? Yes, thank you. So now let us understand of this. If you are doing something for the customers, like I want to tell that, okay, if you want to know about objective 2, okay, let me tell that. So in the objective 2 is to mitigate the chances of failure. So what is meant by mitigation means you have to reduce the chances of failure. Like if I know for whom I am building, what I am building, the failure is less, right? Because I am not assuming something, okay, you will buy definitely for occasion and all. But if I know that you are definitely going to use this product and there's a need for this product for you especially, and if I am delivering it to you, definitely you will use it. Let me know any one of you are trying to buy something offline when you have a facility online, and if you are experiencing like ticket booking, like the movie ticket booking and all, very rarely we go to the offline and book a ticket, right? So we need to understand the people really looking to have a good service online to buy the movie tickets. Yes, I understood, and I'm building something for them. If I don't know that, and if I just wanted to tell that, okay, the people who are coming to the movies and those who have bought their tickets online, and I want to sell the tickets for some exhibition to the people who have bought, I don't know really whether it will help or not. But if I put a lot of effort in selling the kind of exhibition tickets in the online, if people are not coming, usually we go to the exhibition by in person and people buy. Yeah, Siri. You can mute Siri. Yeah. So you should be very clear that when you're buying something, when you're manufacturing something, I'll come to your doubts a bit, just a minute. So people generally, if you would like to go for an exhibition, we go in person, we buy the tickets rather than online by seeing some reviews and all. So when you want to book an online for the movie ticket, usually we go to the online, sometimes we go for offline. That is the kind of requirement you need to understand for whom you are building, what they're actually expecting. This is the point number 2. And coming to the next one, the target audience, we need to understand the target audience and we need to define how to target the audience. Okay. So before I go with the target audience, let me give the clarification for service now. Starting a grocery shop is related to the starting a business. So starting a North Indian hotel not fall in bracket of starting a business. Yeah, see here you can start a North Indian hotel is okay. I have not told that I am asking, just observe this. I have not asked you to start a hotel. I told that people are looking for the North Indian food at this home, at this place. You have to plan how you can use that opportunity. There is a customer. You understood that I am building the product. I have not told you to put an online or offline or a hotel or something extra or a on-time delivery like delivery on demand. I have not given you any hint there. I have only told that there are people who are looking for the food of their home in the other part of the country. Then how you are going to deliver? You have understood? Yes, this is how there are customers looking for this kind of product. Understood? Now building a product to cater to their needs by taking the build, measure and learn this synopsis, and you are building your product, then it's more like a lean startup. Clear? So you can have an innovation on innovative type of delivery. The mode of business model is also an innovation. I'm not just asking for a hotel. Thank you. So very good. So you have to interact and you have to learn. That is the main purpose of spending your time, my time, and here in this business schedule, right? Good. So now let's understand the target audience. Target audience, like you need to understand what of building a very good product, understanding the customers. You have a tremendous scope for this. But as soon as you see the product in the market, as soon as you release your product in the market, do you think the customers at a time will come to your store and buy the full stock? Do you have that kind of confidence? If you release a new product to the market and after doing the due diligence and all, you are very clear that there's the need for this product in this particular location, you have done all the market research and you have released it. Do you think on the date of release, all the people will come to your store and buy your product in a single go? Is it? Will it happen? Durgana, I think you have not got my question right. Yeah. So there you cannot, they should aware of the product. Very good. Although you have given a lot of awareness through the advertisements and all these things, what my question is that all the people don't come. There are people who will come to your store and buy. Like if there are 100 people you are targeting in a location, we don't think that 100 people will come to your store on the day one. Day one hardly 5 people or 10 people might be interested to come to your shop and see what you're actually selling. Yes or no? Out of 10, 100 or 1000, 10 to 20 people will come on the day one. Yeah, need of the people. Yes. Based on the need of the people only you have built it. Now, among the target group, you are getting a set of customers on the day one without actually experiencing it, but still they want to use it. Understand my point? If you have targeted 10,000 people and you have built a product for 10,000 people, after releasing the product, you don't get the 10,000 customers on the day one, but still you get some 100 people or 200 people on the day one which have not experienced your product but still would like to buy your product and take the experience out of it, would like to test your product, whether it is fitting their requirement or not. Awareness, definitely they can see. That particular group, target group, are called the early adopters. Out of 10,000, only 200 people came to your store on the day one and they have bought and they have started using it without having prior review about your product. They are called the early adopters. The early adopters are very, very important and they play a crucial role in any business. I hope you have got my point. So, as soon as you launch your product, doing a lot of massive advertisements, marketing and all these things, you attract some good number of customers at the beginning, and after they get an experience, they start promoting. That's how early adopters will become the promoters for that particular product. That's how people will tell that, okay, I have seen that movie, it's really wonderful, you should watch. And there are some movies where we have not the loyal customers. I will tell what the loyal customers are. Early adopters are different. Early adopters are the people who are coming to your store for the first time without having the prior reviews. Okay, and once they have experienced it, and they go to the people and they start talking about your business. Yeah, I have used that product, it's really wonderful. You can also start trying it. They can recommend. So that's how the early adopters are becoming your promoters. They will promote at zero cost. You don't need to spend for them. Because if you have given some early adopters like go-to-market strategy, you have attracted them to buy your product and experience it. So that's how with that kind of minimum budget, they are becoming your customers, promoters. Okay. Customers, as Megan is asking, just like food reviews, not exactly. Not exactly. Who are loyal customers? Loyal customers are like after building all these things, the customer who is looking at giving you the first priority always when he is having a requirement, then that particular segment is called a loyal customers. When even there is a discount from the other customers at the early adopters and all, but these customers doesn't move to them because they are sticking and they believe that you can deliver the right set of product for them. Whenever there is a requirement of that, they go to that. I can tell that the customers of Mysore Sandal soap, you can also tell that yes or no. Mysore Sandal soap, the people who are using Mysore Sandal soap, whenever they want to buy new soap, definitely they will come back to the Mysore Sandal soap again and they go to the shop. They will ask for the Mysore Sandal, yes or no? So they are loyal to that. They are habituated to it. And when it's a company kind like Flipkart, whenever you want to buy something online, some people immediately, although you have Flipkart and Amazon in your phone, you open Flipkart first sometimes. And some people will open the Amazon first. So the people who are opening the Flipkart for their online requirement, they are the loyal customers for the Flipkart. And Flipkart has their own strategy to make their customers come back to the platform again and again. Similarly, when you are sticking to the Amazon, you are becoming the loyal customer to the Amazon. I hope you have got the difference now, the loyal customers. Most early adopters to be financially good people, not really. This is, they are capable enough to understand what you're telling and they can actually sense what you're delivering, and based on that they are capable enough to take the decision whether to buy or not. If they are convinced to try, yes, they will buy. It's not that they are financially good people. Okay, it's not necessarily financially good people. Okay. So if you want to target the audience, you need to understand, okay, first of all, to target someone, I need to start targeting the early adopters, because in the future I need to focus, I need to make these early adopters as a business promoters. I should be very clear on it. And second one is the demand and supply. So you should understand for whom I am supplying. There is a demand I am supplying. There is a demand and there is a supply. So in this demand and supply, there is a huge competition, and until unless you have your own unique selling proposition, which adds more value to it, you cannot gain more. In the competition, you have very less profits. For that, sometimes you cannot even sustain with that kind of profits also. So you should have your own USP. That's how the IT companies, if you observe the software companies like Tata and L&T and all, they might be having their own portfolios to run. That's how they are having their own USPs to execute. So every company, that's how they are surviving. They are not becoming the competitors unless they have the entire portfolio changed. Okay, so you need to understand whether your product you have made supplying to the demand or not. You should have the clear view. And next one is the customer and the experience. Whether you are delivering the experience to the customers, what kind of experience you are delivering to the customers, how far you are delivering that kind of experience to the customers, and how actually they are enjoying your experience in buying your product. For example, if I would like to buy something, Zomato is all about the delivery of the food, right? Nothing else. They don't manufacture, they won't cook something for you, but they only show you the place where you can get the good food and you can buy something from the online on their platform. They deliver to your doorstep. If you have ordered something and if you are getting that in less than half an hour with a good price, good quality, good taste, good aroma, everything without even a damage of anything, with all the add-ons to it, you have an amazing experience with the Zomato because everything is as expected. Okay, so this is called the customer experience. How you or your product is delivering experience to the customers. So in the lean startup methodology, in building a product, you should understand whether this product is fulfilling the demand or it's extending the experience, how it is extending the support, giving the experience to the customers, and how it is actually targeting the early adopters. You should understand this. Then only you can build a good product in by considering all these things. Okay, so now Meghna has asked some question. If we don't have a demand, also we can create artificial demand. See, artificial demand won't last for a long. We should remember. You can always create by some like advertisements or some coupons, gift coupons. You can create, but how long will this survive if they don't have a demand? See, although if I may have a huge amount of money, if I don't have a requirement of a car, will I buy a car? So if I have a car, requirement of car, then I will start analyzing which kind of car suits for my requirement and within my budget. Then definitely I will take a call or decision based on it. So you should be very clear in understanding the demand and the supply, the customer experience in building your product and delivering right to them. Clear? I hope you are clear with this. So Sanjay is asking for this targeting customers. Yeah, of course, this is what for targeting customers, you need to understand which kind of customers you are targeting, how you are targeting, in what manner you are targeting, how to get the data of whether you are going in the right direction or not, whether you are moving in a right pattern or not. You should understand. So that's how you need to understand the targeting customers. I hope everything cleared. Then it's a very important concept like pivoting. So what is meant by pivoting? At some point of time, we always think that, okay, why don't we start this and all? We start by doing a lot of exercise. We understand the customers, we do. But sometimes what happens is changing with the trend, changing with the technology, changing with the culture, the requirements of the customers will also change. I hope you have understood. If understood, tell yes. With the changing in the behavior of the customers, the requirements of the customers always changes based on the technology, based on the requirement, based on the season, all it will change. If any point of time, if you find the product is not relevant to the current scenario or current customer segment, you have to pivot. Pivot is nothing but bringing or changing the model of or the quality or the way of where you product the where you sell your product, the features. If you find these kind of features are no more relevant in the industry, then you have to shift. Do any one of us buy the Nokia 1100 now if they are selling at even 500 rupees? Most of us doesn't go for it, right? Because it doesn't make any sense for me. Okay, then if you have a 5G phone, if you would like to buy a new phone, will you go for the 4G phone again? No, right? So if I'm manufacturing 4G phone till now, and if I want to, then I should understand, I should upgrade myself, as Durga Nagababu mentioned. So we have to pivot. And if sometimes, if we are not capable enough to manufacture something or deliver something, and if we are finding some other business model is quite interesting and so more lucrative, then you have to pivot yourself into that business model and that product. So changing your business line or the product line as per the requirement of the customers from time to time is called pivoting. And in pivoting, you should not make more delay. You can have a buffer time to think, to understand whether to pivot or not. You take the consultation, but you should not make more delay. If you are taking more delay, your situation also will be like Nokia. Once in a while, you all know that Nokia ruled the world. So, but still, why it is not there in the market? Why other companies are actually ruling? Because it has not pivoted their business model and the product line. So they are still in the same old line, and they have taken a wrong decision. And now they are actually trying to come up with some other products and all. If they would have pivoted their model from the Microsoft to the Android in their early stages itself. So we would have seen, most of us might be having our Nokia phones in the hand with all the latest features. As they failed to do it, so Microsoft has taken that advantage, right? You're getting my point. So you have to understand this, and now let's understand the main point of the second concept. It's a minimum viable product. So what is minimum viable product? If you have got an idea and if you want to deliver something to the people, it's not that easy that okay, I have this product and I build, okay, I give you and use it. Minimum viable product is a product where you have the minimum set of features to give to the customer for his experience is called a minimum viable product. And minimum viable product is upon the prototype. So first of all, you need to do the market research. What kind of product people are actually looking at, and you have to ideate, okay, for this kind of product, what should I do, how to build, how to deliver, you have to ideate the solution. And in the third phase, you need to prioritize what kind of features to be incorporated to that kind of prototype. Adding to the innovation, you should have other features also. Putting all these features together, you are building a that kind of MVP, minimum viable product. So that minimum viable product is ready to use. Okay, then I can give the minimum viable product to someone to experience the innovation. Yes, it's very amazing as I am looking at this kind of product I am living. So in the fourth phase of after you are understanding, making the prototype and minimum viable product, by understanding the customer requirements, you can always launch and validate. Where it's a build, you can discuss again build because you are launching the what you have built. Again, you have to measure the kind of experience what it is giving to the customers and metrics, and then again from the metrics you have to analyze it and learn from it and add what are the other features people are looking at or what the features you are missing it. If you do all these things, that's going to give you a wonderful experience to the customers. It is as short as the minimum viable product. I hope you have understood the minimum viable product also. So you have got an innovative idea to make that prototype. It's a sample working model of your idea is a prototype, and you cannot directly use that particular piece of innovation. So to use that and experience whether it is working or not, you need to add other features also. By adding the other basic requirements to that prototype, then it becomes a minimum viable product, and you can give it to the people and launch it in a open market to experience it. For a smaller group of people, you can do the small group launch and all. You can ask the people for their feedback, and you can validate, and you can come back to the research area or ideation whenever you are facing this issue. So Sabir is having another question. So to be successful, satisfaction of customers is one of the main components of the advancement. Due to compulsion is not satisfying the customers with the whole thing. See, sticking to the old thing is not always suggestible. Like it's always depend on how you are actually building the story. We also have many old things in our home, but it's not meant that we are keeping that and we cannot really earn something from that. Okay, so people are always changing. You have a scope to improve your product. Always innovation is a key for the success. Nothing else. You cannot stick to the old ones all the time. You should add somehow other way to improve yourself, and the experience is always the matters. And want to say Royal Enfield bike as example. People prefer BS4 engine than BS6, but still company moved forward. See, BS4 and BS6 is not there in the hands of the Royal Enfield. It's a law. It's a regulation coming from the government. No one can have an option to choose BS4 or BS6. It's a government regulation that it has passed one order that every new bike from so and so has to be BS6. It has gone. So it's nothing to do with from outside. It's compulsion from the government, right? It's nothing to do with your innovation and anything. It's forcefully they have applied on us, right? If you are taking a decision to build some AI technology or some sensors for sensing something, it's always in your hand to build something which people love to use. So sir, thank you so much. With this I am closing my session. Deepa ma'am, these are the remarks from my side. Now happy to take these questions from your side.
Yes, now the session is open for questions. The audience can ask questions to the speaker.
So for
Any
student
questions?
startups, yeah, there is a question in the chat, Durga Nagababu. For student startups at beginning, need any permission from government or any other higher authorities as official? See, Nagababu, it's not a student startup or anything. Startup itself is a financial transaction inclusive business mode. If you're starting a business, you should be above 18. That's a basic requirement. Above that, you need to take the permissions based on your product, what you have selected. For the turnover less than 20 lakhs and 40 lakhs, in some cases, you don't need to have the GST. You should have an Udyam registration. If you want to have loan, you have to get then the labor license. Sometimes it's required. And if you're into the food processing, you need to have an FSSA license. So based on the product, what you have selected, the government permissions and the certifications licenses are, it will demand some of the documents. Then only you can move forward. It's nothing different, student and all. It's a sometimes as per the scheme of guidelines, if they are giving some financial assistance under EIR of MIT scheme, so you should be a student. That's it. Some eligibility criteria to support is different case, but the government from side, the regulations are same for everyone. If you are business, it's a business. That's it. Incentives are varying from scheme to scheme and the person to person. Anything else? So some of you can give your feedback also, how you have learned something, what kind of experience you have with this.
Any more questions? You can ask the speaker. One or two questions we can ask.
If students started a startup and hiring people, how can people trust us? See, it's about you have to start with your friends and family members. See, if I'm started paying you something, definitely you can involve at the early stage of any startup. You can take the services of the other people in the consultation mode. You give a task, they will complete the task. You pay them as per the discussion. So later, when you have a lucrative business and you have a cash inflows, then definitely you can start hiring the people. So it's not suggestible to hire the entire team at the beginning of the business, because you need to spend a lot of money in terms of salaries, which is a dead investment and nothing you are going to get from it. So you can always take the on a consultation mode. And I request all the participants to give your valuable review there of what you have learned from this particular session. What is your experience from this session? That will actually help me to understand whether I have given you the right inputs or not. And you can also interact, send your like questions and all on the Google also. You can have the further discussion. So yeah, any more questions? I hope you have got your answer. Nagbabu. Any more questions? So just take 2 minutes to fill the review. I have given the link in the chat. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Abir, it's great that you have got some clarity now. It's all about doing that. Do a native fund startup or other things. Then you have to go to the Deepam and you should ask what kind of Deepam is responsible. She should answer this question. If anyone started a startup, then few years later it will turn into a business as a startup with innovative and unique product. Yes, of course. See, until unless you innovate every time, you can call it as a startup, and you should. Once you cross the 100 crore turnover, you are no more. You called as a startup. So, as per the definition of the startup, either you should cross the 100 crore turnover, or your business entity should have crossed 10 years of the time. So, then you no more recognized as a startup. But after some years, it will come into the business, right? Getting competitors. Yes, of course, definitely, people will always watch you. If you're doing big business, definitely people will come with duplicate products, and you should have your own way of. You should start by you should have a method, because for starting from Nike, Adidas, and all these things, we find the shoes in Koti everywhere in Hyderabad, the duplicate. Even the Apple Watch, we have the dupes in the market. So you should be very cautious how you can give a right path to your customers to buy the right product. You should guide them to go to the right place to buy the right product. It's your responsibility. In which sector we start new startup business? Every sector is open. Every sector, everywhere people are looking for improvement. People are looking for experience. Only point is that you need to understand for whom exactly you are building a product, how far they can spend, what is their affordability, and what is their requirement. Based on that, you always take a decision. Under Mitra scheme, can we apply the loan? See, at this point of time, it is very early to discuss about the loan. See, first discuss about the idea. You get clarity about the idea, what you are going to do, how you are going to do. Then you plan a budget. Okay, to do this activity, I need 10 lakhs, I need 20 lakhs. This is what I'm going to get after spending these 10 lakhs. So you must be very clear how much you want, or what you want, how you are going to spend, how long it will take to build something. If you got the clarity of everything, then you come back to me, or you can contact Deepa ma'am. Definitely we can have a next level of session to understand the financial support from the different financial institutions. It's very early to discuss. Even if I tell that it's irrelevant and you don't get the right way also, unless you have a product in hand. Yeah, Madhu, it's my pleasure. And what will happen if we take loan and company went bankrupt? Yeah, nothing will go, but your CIBIL score, you will lose your CIBIL score. In future, it's not the business. You don't even get a home loan, any loan. Even you don't get a bike loan of worth 1.5 lakh also. You should be very aware. That's why I'm asking you to practice the startup before you start. And I love this kind of encouraging the startups. That's why I'm giving you the caution. Don't jump. So see, although if you are over enthusiastic, you don't in a like a swimming pool from 100 feet on the day one, right? You should start swimming. You should one by one. You have to start practicing the swimming from 10 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters, and you get habituated how to jump, how to protect yourself from that. Then you go to the 100 feet and then jump, and you can get that experience. But as someone is jumping from that area, and if you start jumping, you know what will happen, right? Similarly, in the startup scenario also, only you should start practicing the business first. You start small, you start spending your own pocket money initially, but it's little bit hard to spend your pocket money on your business idea. But still, if you are not committed to your idea, and if you don't believe in your idea, it will be difficult. Yeah. Yeah, let's not discuss go into the funding and loan. It's early to discuss that, because there are venture capitalist, seed fund, bank loan. There is a big buzz around it. We need to have a separate session for the financial requirements. After starting a startup, how can we have a patent for the company? So it's not the patent for the company, it's patent for a product or the design. What if someone takes the idea of a product and sell it without an idea? If you have patented and protected your product, and someone has exactly designed something and using in the market, you can always file a lawsuit against them, because you have filed it and you have all the right to protect it. So it's your responsibility to file your design and the methodology. Yes, of course. Yes, Abir. We should enjoy every moment. Learnings is always with that.
Okay, sir. I think the session was very interesting. Of course, we had a lot of questions in this. It was very fruitful, interactive session. Really, all of the audience felt very happy also, because such a lively session we have witnessed.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. Now I would like to propose the vote of thanks. Good evening, one and all. It's my responsibility to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, my heartfelt thanks to our speaker, Mr. Mutiala Sharat sir, who has accepted our invitation in spite of his busy schedule. Thank you very much, sir, for giving us a very good insight on the lean startup. And thankful to our administration of NIT Andhra Pradesh for making all necessary arrangements for conducting such a session, especially the web and network team who supported us from day one for conducting this YouTube live stream. And last but not the least, the audience joined the session and made this session a very, very interactive one with a grand success. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. And I think we may all discuss. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so from my side also, just I extend my warm thanks to the management of NIT and the CIA team, especially Deepa ma'am, and so our Dr. Shankar sir. So for making this kind of things happen, and the interest what your faculty is keeping in making you to understand the startup ecosystem. And once again, I'm telling you have a great ecosystem and the infrastructure in your college and the great support system you have. Try to utilize. You hold your enthusiasm and the kind of anxiety, hold it and learn, practice, and definitely you'll flourish one day with all the great success. So I'll be always there from my side, whatever I can do in terms of knowledge or helping or giving these things. I'm always there with you all. So start practicing it. I wish you all the good luck and make use of all the resources of the faculty and the infrastructure and the management. And I thank all the participants for patiently listening and asking wonderful questions from my side. Thank you so much.
Correct, sir.